They built a fence 6 inches onto my land, so I built a case that cost them 6 figures. I bought a corner lot in 2019, half an acre in a quiet neighborhood. The land had been vacant for years, overgrown, ignored. I built a simple house. My neighbors to the east had lived there a long time. Frank and Linda, big 2-story colonial, perfect lawn. In 2021, they decided to install a privacy fence. I came home one Thursday and saw the crew finishing up. 6-foot cedar fence running the full length of our shared boundary. That weekend, while doing yard work, something caught my eye. The fence posts were on my side of the line, not by much, maybe 6 inches, but enough to matter. I checked the survey stakes from when I built my house. Still there, clearly marked. The fence crossed them. I walked over and knocked on Frank's door. He answered, smiling. I told him the fence looked good, but I thought it might be on my property. He said they had it surveyed and it was correct. I said I had survey markers from 2 years ago showing otherwise. He shrugged and said maybe my survey was wrong. I asked to see his survey. He said the fence company handled everything. I asked if they'd hired a licensed surveyor. He said the fence guys knew where to put it. That told me everything. I said we needed to fix it. The fence was on my land. He waved it off. It's 6 inches. Who cares? I said I did. It was my property. He said they'd already paid for the fence and weren't moving it. Then he closed the door. I tried to let it go. 6 inches didn't change my life, but it bothered me. They'd built on my land and refused to correct it. 2 weeks later, I got a letter from their lawyer. They were claiming adverse possession of the strip under the fence, said they'd been maintaining it for years and intended to claim ownership. That was a lie. The lot had been vacant before I bought it. They weren't mistaken. They were trying to take my land. I hired a lawyer. She laughed when she read the letter. Adverse possession in my state requires 10 years of continuous, obvious use. The fence had been there 2 weeks. We sent a formal response demanding removal within 30 days. They ignored it. After 30 days, we filed suit. Trespass, property encroachment, legal fees. Frank and Linda hired a lawyer, not a good one. Their argument was that the fence improved both properties and I was being unreasonable. The judge wasn't impressed. He ordered a court-appointed survey. We split the cost. The results were clear. The fence sat 6.4 inches onto my property along its entire length. The judge ruled in my favor, ordered them to move the fence to the correct line within 60 days. They appealed. They lost. The appeals court upheld the ruling and added that their claim was frivolous. They were ordered to pay my legal fees. By the end of it, they'd spent over $40,000 on their own lawyers, another $15,000 covering mine, and they still had to move the fence. They hired a new crew, paid for a licensed surveyor, tore the fence down and rebuilt it 6 inches over. 3 days of work, another $8,000. Frank and Linda stopped waving, stopped speaking altogether. 8 months later, their house went on the market. They listed it high, no offers. Months passed. Price drops followed. It finally sold far below asking. Between legal fees, fence costs, and the loss on their sale, fighting over 6 inches cost Frank and Linda well into 6 figures.